As we start the second quarter, it looks like Coach Joe Lipa is trying out peculiar combination here. We've got Jojo Martin, Abet Gidaben, Chris Bade, Ronnie Magsanok, and Jerome Lane. Coach Norman Black basically staying with the 5 that he had at the end of the first quarter. It is a 10-point lead by San Miguel Beer. Ronnie Magsanok has it against Franz Pumaran, and he'll set up the play.
Well, Joe Lipa is going with a power combination now. He's got 4 big men, and just Ronnie Magsanok, the smallest in his combination on the floor. It's very obvious that Coach Joe Lipa will want his boys to really move inside, dominate the paint area, and attack San Miguel where it is weakest, and that is the middle.
Well, so far, San Miguel has been pretty successful in tapping those passes inside, and the shell outside shot has not worked as of yet in this ball game. Franz Pumaran gets away from Magsanok.
You know, this is also a very big gamble on the part of Joe Lipa, because he's got a lot of big men inside. They're not as quick as the small men, and Coach Norman Black is capitalizing on the fact that Shell has a lot of slower but bigger men on the floor. He's got a lot of race horses there. He's got Franz Pumaran, who can really run the break. Eric Martin has got also the legs to be able to finish off the transition, and Alan Kaidik is also on the floor. No, Alan Kaidik is not there, but Ato Agustin is.
Yes. Abet Gidaben just missed his first attempt, and 4 straight points to start out the second quarter here for San Miguel Beer.
And Ed, we were just talking about how Eric Martin likes to finish off the fast break, and there it was, another prime example of what Coach Norman Black is doing here to outpace and outrun the taller Shell combination on the floor.
Meantime, Dong Polistico challenging the pass to Jerome Lane will give up his first personal foul. But it's been obvious that Shell is having a hard time putting a shot up as quickly as they'd want. Usually they are already groping for time, or scrambling for time, when they are able to get an attempt at the basket.
Hey, take a look at the fast break points. Big edge on the part of the Beerman, 11-2. You were talking about the offensive skills of the combination of Shell on the floor. That's right. You actually don't have too many shooters on the floor there. A lot of good inside operators, but not too many gunners from outside.
Well, with the entry of Eric Altamirano, they're even one down, one player lower, or one player less of a shooter, because Ronnie Magsanok just sat down.
That's right. Well, Altamirano can take the 3-point shot, but
we're talking about scorers here.
That's right. He's not as reliable an outside shooter as you were saying, Ronnie Magsanok. So you make a valid point.
Let's see what Coach Joe Lipa intends to accomplish with this particular lineup so far.
That's right.
That has brought them deeper into the muck.
That's right. It's a raggedy combination. It doesn't have too many good outside shooters.
Abet Gidaben using his rebounding prowess to the hilt that time after a miss by Eric Martin. Here's the other Martin. That's Jojo Martin of Shell picking up a foul off the fast break play.
And we were talking about offense of Shell in the first quarter. Shell shooting only 39% from the floor. That's woeful offense. As against San Miguel Beer's 59%. But because Shell was playing with a lot of big men on the floor, the Turbochargers had an edge in rebounding, 14-9. But in turnovers, Shell had 7, San Miguel Beer only 3.
Well, the look at Coach Joe Lipa's face just shows you how beleaguered he is at this juncture. He knows that his team needs to start winning.
O ika nga, hindi pa ma-spelling yung mukha ni Joe Lipa.
12-point lead for San Miguel Beer, near steal, but it's picked up by Franz Pumaran himself. Jojo Martin trying to harass Franz Pumaran. 5 seconds on the shot clock, but there's an illegal defense call.
And they will count the basket.
Referee de Dios counts it.
That's a big call by the referee. They will count the basket.
Let's see what happened here.
See, that shot was already on the way to the hoop before that illegal defense violation was called. So you've got to give the benefit of the doubt to the offensive team. That's a good call by the refs.
14-point lead here for San Miguel Beer. Inside pass, Chris Bade. There's the double team, and a foul is called.
Ed, you also notice that Jerome Lane is playing a little bit out of position. He's being moved out of the shaded area, so he's patrolling the perimeter, which is really not his style. He's only got, is it 6 points, Jerome Lane, or 4 points?
Yes, 6.
6 points
All
by
scored
Jerome
in
Lane.
the first quarter.
So he has not been a factor offensively in this game so far. And
Welcome back to the Cuneta Astrodome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ed Pixon together with Kenita Henson for Vintage Sports. And we would like to express our apologies for the long wait. Well, we had a power interruption here at the Cuneta Astrodome, and we had to wait for the Meralco power to come back in order to be able to broadcast again and to start the ball game. And actually, we have our colleague Chino Trinidad who talked to Commissioner June Bernardino to find out what really happened here. So here's Chino with Commissioner Emilio Bernardino Jr.
Commissioner, na-delay ng mahaba yung games natin. Ano bang nangyari? Despite the light, mukhang hindi natin maituloy ang games.
Well, Chino, kasi nagkaroon ng momentary brownout, no? So ngayon, we're back on the regular electricity current, Meralco power. Unfortunately, yung reserve lights na dapat sumisindi o na nakasindi actually is not enough to or is not balanced. Kaya yung side ng shell basket na kung saan sila sumushoot, medyo mas malabo or mas madilim kaysa doon sa kabila na sa may San Miguel. So we requested the team manager if they're willing to play under those conditions. Of course, ang sabi nila, it would be best for us to wait for the right lighting. So bago makabalik yan, it will take some time. But we had to honor their request dahil we informed both coaches and especially Mr. Norman Black, and he agreed. So yun ang status nila report niya.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, everything is all right now, and the regular lighting is back. So when we had that power failure, the score stood at 34-21, a 13-point lead by San Miguel Beer. 8 minutes and 47 seconds remaining now here in the second period.
para siguro blessing in disguise din ito because it will allow a lot of the office workers, a lot of the students to get home and catch this game. Parang wala din silang bali na miss, ano ha?
Or to come over to the Cuneta Astrodome if they want to brave the traffic. Alam po ninyo, grabe na talaga yung traffic natin kanina. Just from United Nations Avenue, pupunta rito, halos isang oras ako.
Ang hirap nga ng traffic situation dito sa Metro Manila.
Nakasakay ho ako noon, hindi naman ako naglakad. Ano? Abet Gidaben missing. Here's Eric Martin trying to start the fast break for San Miguel Beer. A foul is given up by Abet Gidaben, his first personal.
Only the second team foul for Shell. Time remaining here in the first half, 8:29. If you've just joined us, San Miguel Beer racing to a 13-point lead at this stage, 34-21.
Franz Pumaren has it against Eric Altamirano. Here's Ato Agustin. Left quarter court jumper is short. Abet Gidaben grabs the rebound off to Eric Altamirano. Scooting into the front court. Here comes Jojo Martin getting by the defense of Ato Agustin and scoring on the layup.
And more inside points scored here by Shell.
Martin tries it from the outside and misses. Altamirano. Jojo Martin. The handoff to Abet Gidaben. Martin asking for the pass. The cross-court dish off to Chris Bade. And Jerome Lane gets it on the second try.
I thought we were talking about in the pregame. You've got to put a body between Jerome Lane and the basket. Otherwise, he will give you second or third attempts at the basket. That time, scoring on the putback.
The lead is down to 9. Reach in by Altamirano off Franz Pumaren. And the second personal foul on Eric.
Smart move there by Franz Pumaren. He knew he had the jump on Eric Altamirano. Just the same, there was help defense on the part of Shell, but there was also contact before he took off.
7 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the second quarter. At the end of the first, San Miguel was enjoying a 10-point lead at 28-18. Start of the second, Coach Joe Lipa fielded in this combination, And immediately San Miguel Beer pounced on that particular lineup and raised to a 14-point spread. Now, Shell trying to come back, but San Miguel Beer through Franz Pumaran is up again by 11 of 36-25.
Well, this combination that you were talking about, Ed, is a tall combination for Shell. Eric Altamirano, the smallest man on the Shell combination on the floor. Now, this combination also has given Coach Joe Lipa a big advantage off the boards. But of course, you were playing with a lot of tall men. You give up ball handling, you give up maneuverability.
As we mentioned at the outset of this second quarter, this combination was groping, trying to get a decent shot off, and they'd be scrambling in the last few seconds of the shot clock. But now it seems they've gotten their act together. They've gotten more used to the conditions on the hard court, and hopefully for Shell, we'll be able to pull something off.
Altamirano, 2 out of 2 from the stripe. Now, previous to this game, he had only gone 1 out of 4 from the 15-foot line. That's 25%. He's even shooting better from three-point range. He's shooting 3 out of 7 for 43%.
That's curious.
Nice
Jerome
Lane by Lane.
And the fast break play now working for Shell Ribala X as they cut the lead down to a more manageable 7 points at 36-29.
Well, good anticipation on that entry pass to Eric Martin by Jerome Lane. You know that he knows how to play defense. So it's a matter of just getting Jerome Lane in sync.
There's the inside pass. Now, we were all asking what in heaven's name was this combination of Coach Joe Lipa was. It seems that it's 40 years defense. They've really scrambled hard on defense, and that has caused some confusion in the San Miguel offense. Look at this.
That's right. It's a scrambling combination, and plus they're giving San Miguel Beer a hard time to penetrate that lane. Shell is now forcing San Miguel to take the shots from the outside. Plus, Jerome Lane is really clamping down on this young man, Eric Martin.
As you said, they have been forced to take the shots from the outside. Even an inside operator like Eric Martin has been forced to shoot from the outside. That time, though, the offensive rebound by Ato Agustin.
It was Alan Kaidik.
Or Alan Kaidik.
But para pasa nga yun.
Oh.
It was an air ball, but it turned out to be an assist. And Hector Calma back in the floor. What a pass to Ato Agustin. And what a block by Abet Gidaben.
That ball goes out of bounds in favor of San Miguel Beer as you look at Mr. and Mrs. Marquise Bragg.
Well, I'd rather look at Mrs. Bragg, but any time of the day. But we will be seeing a lot of Marquise Bragg in the second game.
I wouldn't say that in front of Marquise Bragg if I were you.
Buti nga lang, nandun si Marquise Bragg at nandito tayo eh.
And I'm sure he's tuned to another station, so okay lang yun. Meantime, 5:55 to go in the second quarter. A timeout by San Miguel Beer, where Mr. Beltran has a very popular morning program, which I listen to. Plus a peek at the basketball dream doubleheader happening tomorrow at the Big Dome. All that at Keen's Him halftime report. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Jojo Martin with a nice spin.
Got away from Alan Kaidik that time.
Jojo Martin now with 8 points in the game. He has taken over the scoring chores of Shell with Benji Paras, Ronnie Magsanov, Bong Alvarez, all on the bench.
A tough offensive rebound there by Eric Martin. But kita naman natin yung offensive adjustment in Norman Black. No? When he saw that San Miguel Beer was having problems getting its offense going because of the tall men of Shell, he has brought back in his 1-2 scoring punch. So he's got Kaidik and Agustina playing at the same time.
Ill-advised shot, but, well, siguro pasang nga, no? Because bad from the outside.
Pasang awa.
Oh.
Pero pumasok din.
Abet Gidaben was there to grab the loose ball, and the lead has been cut down to 6 now at 40-34. Inside pass, Hector Calma, no man's land. Martin tries it. Yes.
Eric Martin definitely more offense-minded than Jerome Lane in this game.
Oh, yes.
Lane hardly a factor, and he's not even moving to try to get the ball inside.
He has only 8 points so far and does not even come down on
That's right.
defense
He's
in this
really
particular.
lagging behind in defense. And that should be also the cue for San Miguel Beer to really step up or
Well,
step on the gas.
Well, that time he was the only player in the backcourt. He could have taken advantage of that since the outlet pass was given to him, but the San Miguel Beer defense caught up with him, although there is a foul called.
I think Hector Calma would rather get Jerome Lane at the stripe than have him go inside for a slam dunk.
Especially when he's in front of him and could be run over by this careening tank.
Now,
that is
Jerome Lane, 1 out of 8 from the 15-foot line last time,
Yes.
or his first game here on Philippine shores. And predictably, he misses once more.
Well, some San Miguel Beer fans certainly had scouted Jerome Lane, and now are jeering whenever as Jerome Lane prepares for his free throw. That was straight, but a bit short. Chris Bade. Benji Paras is back.
Domination off the offensive boards. This is the reason why Joe Lipa has a lot of big men on the floor. And I guess the point that we were talking about earlier, that San Miguel Beer must be willing to sacrifice bodies to stop those second, third attempts at the basket by Shell. A nice pass here coming from Eric Martin, and a good cut by Alvin Teng.
But Benji Paras picked up his second personal foul, and Teng unable to coax the ball in on his bonus shot. Now Shell has an opportunity to cut an 8-point deficit. Eric Altamirano out to Benji Paras. Jerome Lane against Alvin Teng. And Teng with his first personal foul, but as he mentioned, Quinito, San Miguel has already gone into the penalty situation. That is actually their 9th team foul in this second quarter. We have Chris Bade being brought back to the bench in favor of Bong Alvarez by coach Joe Lipa.
Jerome Lane is back at the stripe. He's already missed 2 from that area. And he finally puts one in. Jerome Lane once led the NCAA US version in rebounding in 1987, Ed, with a 13.5 clip. He was the also the leading rebounder in the Continental League this past campaign.
Well, that time, Jerome Lane doing 100% from the free throw line. 2 out of 2.
He must have worked on that shot.
Yes, I'm sure they have been working on it. Near steal by Jerome Lane. Eric Martin gets away, and Benji Paras wary about picking up his third personal foul.
Well, one thing so clear about Eric Martin, Ed, is that he's very athletic. The way he moves around, the way he jumps, you can see that his athleticism is one of his biggest assets.
Jerome Lane trying to challenge Alvin Teng. Offensive rebound. Benji Paras is going to be called for traveling. 2:45 remaining in the second quarter. A timeout by Shell. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and an 8-point lead by San Miguel Beer. B-Boy Ravanes is in the game for the Beermen. Here's Ato Agustin against Bong Alvarez. Looking around. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Forced shot by Eric Martin, in and out. Altamirano sees Bong Alvarez downstairs. Alvarez inside. Out to Benji Paras. Paras against Teng. Kick out to Jojo Martin. Martin up to Jerome Lane. Pump shot.
Shell has certainly picked up its intensity now that Alvarez is back on the floor.
3-second violation on San Miguel Beer. Well, the momentum certainly has shifted to Shell.
It's like a shot of adrenaline has all of a sudden filled the veins of the Shell team on the floor. Now, good substitutions also by Coach Joe Lipa. He has put in Bong Alvarez, and he has also made a difference in trying to get things perked up here as far as the Shell offense is concerned.
What about Benji Paras? He lost his footing there, and
now a couple of errors slapped on Benji Paras. Earlier he had that traveling violation.
Might be a case of over-eagerness.
Yes.
Well, currently Benji has scored 8 points in the game, only 2 here in the second quarter. Alvin Teng, he goes for the offensive rebound. Almost, but not quite, but he did pick up a foul. Could have been from Jerome Lane. That is his first personal of the game. Just a 6-point lead now by San Miguel Beer.
Alvin Teng, very active off the offensive glass. Altamirano walking back to the bench. Ronnie Magsanok re-entering the ballgame.
You know, that curious combination by Coach Joe Lipa that we were wondering about certainly was able to do the job on defense on San Miguel Beer. Now Coach Joe Lipa slowly bringing back his usual frontliners.
Well, one thing very clear, with the tall lineup, Coach Joe Lipa was able to control the boards. And if you control your offensive boards, cuts down the opportunities for the other side to start a fast break attack, because you need to be able to get the defensive boards to get the outlet pass off.
Jerome Lane doing his job underneath, off the miss by Ronnie Magsanok. That's the basic idea. Get the locals to put up the first shots. Jerome Lane waiting for the offensive rebound and the putback.
That's right, he really sweeps up the boards.
Lead is down again to 6 at 48-42. Less than a minute remaining here in the second quarter. Eric Martin against Ronnie Magsanok.
Now that's a mismatch if you ever saw one.
Yes.
At Augustin taking it from outside.
Benji Paras challenging the rebound of Alvin Teng. And it's out of bounds in favor of San Miguel. 42.7 seconds remaining second quarter.
Benji Paraz, of course, not complaining about that call, because Teng would have had an opportunity for a putback that time.
What a nice inbounds play there, but it blew up in their faces. Lanes his ball. Alvarez downstairs. Fast break pitch. And Coach Joe Lipa applauding that baseball pitch by Jerome Lane. Was on the money, and now the lead is cut down to only 4.
Well, a big search here by Shell.
16 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Ato Agustin out to Biboy Rabanes for the open shot. At time, Bong Alvarez had to scramble for that wide pass. 2 seconds remaining in the second period. Jojo Martinez blocked by Ato Agustin. What a block by Ato Agustin. And San Miguel Beer has a 6-point lead going into the second quarter.